So, Janessa, what were you dealing with before the session in California where we came out and ministered?
Mostly, well, I was dealing with a breakup, so that made me feel like just always really depressed, and it was really hard to get through my days. But also, I was dealing with a lot of headaches and migraines, and it was just always hard for me to focus on anything I needed to focus on, and it's hard for me to take care of a lot of the things that I've been needing to take care of. So, yeah, but then when you guys all came out and you prayed over me and everything that happened ever since then, I haven't had even a slight headache. So that's been like a huge part of it for me that I noticed, and I've been able to focus on a lot more of the things that I've been trying to focus on, like when I watch like different sermons. I was having a hard time like even listening to it. It would just be playing just on, and but now I can focus in on it again, and it's having a hard time even like trying to spend time with God and read my Bible, but been able to do that too. So that was actually a really big thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been able to take care of a lot more things that I felt like I couldn't focus on, and I was always just stressing out about, and haven't been stressing out about it since. So it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you dealing with depression
Yeah.
and suicidal thoughts?
Yeah. For like a lot of my life, I could say. And
Do you deal with that anymore?
it's a lot different than how it was before you guys came out and had your whole ministry team here.
Tell me about the difference.
Well, now I just feel like it kind of just like tries to knock on a door and make its way in, whereas before it would just really take over me, and like there was just no stopping it. It was just gonna happen. But like these days, I don't know. I don't really get as sad as I did at all, actually. I don't know. It's just really different. I don't know how to explain it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, feels great.
Praise God.
Yeah, seriously.
What would you have to say to other people that might, even question it, or whether they, wonder if it's for them or what have you?
I would probably just tell them, like, if they really believe the word, that like, and already so many of the parables Jesus is delivering like so many people, and there's so many stories, and it's like the way that you guys did it is very similar to the way that he did it as well. So that's what made me believe it, is Jesus commanded people to do certain things, and or commanded the demons to come out of them, and that's the same thing that you guys did. So that's what helped me to believe it. And I would tell them to just really look into people who actually do this kind of thing, and then I would say to check it out for yourself before you just completely like deny it, because it has changed my life so much. Like,
wow,
it came, like, you guys came just at the time that I really needed it. So, and I just feel like so much lighter. Like, I look forward to my days way more than I used to before. I feel like I would just dread it right when I wake up. So that's what I would have to say about that. It's definitely something to look into, and it's God's will that everybody be healed. Like, he wants that for people. So I think that is what would answer the question of if it's for them or not. Like, God doesn't want people to suffer anymore, so that's what it's for. And yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
wow. You're
Yeah.
not only able to focus on the sermons. Now you're giving them. Yeah. That was like, man, I was getting fired up with that. Praise God.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you mean when we came at the perfect time, right when you needed it? What was going on?
Oh man, like all my coworkers at work, they could just tell I was just so stressed out, and I was just like exhausted all the time. And one of my coworkers actually, when I came back to work after that weekend, she told me, Miss Janessa, because I work at a preschool, she said, Miss Janessa, you look like a new girl. What's going on? And I just told her everything that happened, and I feel
Wow.
like it's kind of hard to talk about because not everybody like knows about that whole deliverance part of the ministries, but
Sure.
she definitely is a believer of it. So it was awesome to be able to share it with her, and she just told me invite me to the next one. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been very noticeable, I guess, and I don't know, it's awesome.
Praise God. That is so good.
Yeah.
Praise God.
I feel like so much more stronger than I did before, and I know that's God working in me. And I don't know, it just my days are just so much better than before. Before it was just a complete wreck. So
And you mentioned the stress. Uh, Touch on that.
stress, headaches, just able to get things done that are on my to-do list, and I feel good about taking care of it. So
Praise God.
really good.
So awesome. How long had you been dealing with that, Janessa, before, how long have you been experiencing all of those um, symptoms that you were dealing with?
um, I don't know. I feel like the whole breakup part, that was going on for years because it was just overall a bad relationship.
Yeah.
That was for about 3 years, just going on and off, on and off. But then the stress and depression and the suicidal thoughts, that started when I was like really young. I don't even know when it started. I just always remember feeling that way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand. We've heard a lot of testimonies very similar to that, where people who have gotten deliverance, and many people describe it as it's something that they've just always been accustomed to, and it's just kind of how it's always been. So awesome. So Janessa, thank you for sharing your testimony. Thank you for encouraging the people who are conflicted about what to think about it, to pursue it, and to reach out. And now, how do you feel about your relationship with the Lord since your deliverance?
Well, I feel like it's just definitely, I feel a lot closer to him than ever before. I just feel like the doorway is just open and just waiting to see what's next. And I can see like he's doing something a little bit every day. So
Yes, that's right.
I
That's so good.
can see
I
it.
had I had a prophecy one time from this minister that I had never met, and the prophecy was they said, I see you literally going in, and I see you carving doors where there was no door before, and suddenly light breaks in, and so I see that many times the ministry of deliverance is breaking down the walls of the enemy to release the flow of God in places that it had been restricted before because of the strongholds that we are called to pull down. So your illustrations are so on point, and your insight is definitely gifted. So I actually told your mom that I believe you're prophetic, and that you have a calling in that area. So just want to encourage you to just pray into that, and just continue to ask the Lord to enlarge the giftings that he's put in you, and to help you steward them properly. So all right.
All right.
All right, Janessa, thanks for sharing your testimony.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
For coming out.